everyone, Lou here. So, just me checking out summer's big hits in anime, right? Browsing through the list, I have anime to check out, and this one catches my eye for how strange the title is. The anime I'm talking about is Banana Fish, based off an acclaimed manga I've never heard of from the 1980s, given a modern cleanup and made to celebrate the author's 40th anniversary as an author or something? Either way, the most catching thing you'll notice about this anime is the very strange title.
Banana Fish. What the hell kind of title is that? What's that even supposed to mean?
Yeah, I know, right? Let's get that spray paint and catch her in the ride, cause we're diving into the world of teenage angst and gangs in the streets, yo. Gosh, that sounded so bad. Wow, talk about one of the most depressing anime of 2018 next to Devilman Crybaby, y'all. Okay, so spoilers as always, and I must deeply warn my audience here. Banana Fish, though made by Studio Mappa, who did Yuri on Ice, is not a sweet, uplifting story you all think it's gonna be when you see pictures of Ash and Eiji together. This story is dark and tackles really heavy themes of assault and child abuse. If you are someone who cannot handle those kinds of stories due to deep personal issues, then I immediately do not recommend you watch this anime. If you can handle it, then let's continue. Ash Lynx has had a pretty rough life, guys. To quote my immortal, the best piece of literature written since Lord of the Rings. Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? Anyways, jokes aside, Ash did indeed have a terrible childhood. As a kid, Ash's brother was away in Iraq and seemed to have gone insane from something, and before losing his sanity, his last words were banana fish. During this, Ash was assaulted by a neighbor and caused a deep psychological trauma within him already. With his brother away in the army, Ash became a runaway and a rebellious child, where at the age of 10, he was abducted by the anime's equivalent of Don Corleone, except if the Don was a pedophile too, and forced into doing some disgusting films and assaulted once again. Let's just say pedophiles run New York's gang with an iron fist, it seems. This once again broke Ash and caused him to despise being filmed or having pictures taken of him, for obvious reasons.
That's rough, buddy.
Despite this disgusting man named Dino Golzine causing all this trauma, Ash still works for him and managed to run his own gang at 17. In the streets, Ash encounters a dying man who simply says banana fish while handing him some kind of capsule along with an address for Los Angeles before dying from gunshot wounds. This makes Ash more determined to find out what exactly happened to his brother's mental state and what the fuck is banana fish. In the meantime, we're introduced to Eiji, who's an ex-pole vaulter that became a photographer for his journalist friend. The two are running an article about New York gangs, so they go to America where they meet Ash and get involved in his gang, where depression and gunshots ensue. For once I'm not spoiling too much, there's details I left out for those who are still interested. Despite its immensely depressing setup, I still really like this story. This is very much a character-driven story, obviously, and it's because of these characters, which I'll address in a bit, that help make the story truly amazing. You really feel for Ash's pain, and gosh damn it, you just want to see this boy have some kind of happiness. Also, literally every guy Ash meets that works for Dino tries to assault him or does assault him, so just be warned, the themes of rape don't really end at Ash's backstory. They kind of just keep going. Character design goes in animation or characters, but fuck it, I'm putting it here. The manga was made in 1986, and just like with Devilman Crybaby, which was made in 1972, this anime is a modern retelling of the manga. Unlike Devilman Crybaby, which seemingly managed to make a 46-year-old story flow wonderfully into modern times, Banana Fish is a little bit wobbly. The inclusion of cell phones and whatnot is made, but there's still this 80s vibe that's a little weird sometimes. New York itself still looks like the 80s in a lot of scenes, but maybe gangs in bad part of cities just look forever like the 80s and 90s. I mean, I'm not in gangs, and I avoid bad parts of city like the plague, so maybe that's just me. Though clothing is a different story, as it screams 80s and 90s, in a fun way. Ash dresses like he's straight up from the grunge era of the 90s. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ash is extremely attractive, and I mean, it works for him. And I'm not saying this because I totally don't thirst for guys with Ash's sense of style either, no.
What?
No!
Though, to be honest, he does look like Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit is constantly playing around him 24/7, with or without an MP3 player or a cell phone. Not dissing that song, obviously, because I actually really like that song. I'm just saying it's pretty awesome. AG dresses like he's straight up from the 80s, though. Like, I don't know much about Japanese casual fashion. I only really know about street fashion like Dakura K and stuff, but I'm pretty sure no one dresses like that anymore. AG, I guess you could say 80s, am I right? Dear God, if someone tells me someone dresses like this in 2018, I am gonna kink shame them to hell and back. Though I don't quite have a lot of understanding or feelings for the other characters to say anything other than meh, so I'm just gonna talk about the protagonist, alright? Ash. I love this boy so much. He's been through so much and you just feel so fucking bad for him. And this plot doesn't make it any better for him, like Jeebus. He's sassy, surprisingly likes high-class things, and definitely a badass. Kinda hard to explain why I like his character when the plot itself just explains already why I love him so much and why he needs to be protected at all costs. AG. Though AG comes off a bit bland and the audience surrogate in the first episode, he really comes into his own as the episodes go on, and now I really like AG. His character being so heavy with Japanese themes and grew up in a Japanese society is extremely interesting when you see him develop this sort of culture shock for how things run in America. That's kind of something I didn't explain before, but the mix of Japanese mindsets learning that America is insane is just really interesting to see. The rest can honestly go into two categories: the Ash Defense Squad and disgusting pedophiles that need to burn in the fiery pits of hell for all of eternity. And I can't quite tell if that's a good or bad thing. I mean, to me it's good because I definitely wouldn't want a likable pedo in the ragtag group of gangs here.
Nessa people.
Definitely a hidden gem this anime season, with big contenders like My Hero Academia Season 3 and Attack on Titan Season 3 coming into the anime scene this summer and overshadowing any new concepts or titles. It's a bit sad to see that Banana Fish is getting overshadowed too. However, I do highly recommend this anime if you can handle the themes. Yes, by the way, AG and Ash are implied to be very gay, as this is Studio Mappa, who just came off of the massive success of Yuri on Ice, so you know, they just gotta put out something to fill the void while we wait for Season 2 or the movie of Yuri on Ice. Now that I think about it, Ash does kinda look like Yurio. Definitely a really good anime though. I always look forward to what dose of depression I'm gonna get every Thursday. Oh, one last thing. There is currently no English dub for Banana Fish, and I'm honestly too impatient to wait around for one to appear. I heard a rumor that Amazon is licensing one, but I have no idea if it's legit. But when there is, definitely expect a video about it if it's true and the dub turns out to be a bunch of shit. Other than that, yeah, the Japanese voice acting's good, not much else to say. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As always, let me know down below if you have any requests, and I'll see what I can do. See you next time!